And that should put our audio back on. There we go. We're up. Let's get the timer going. Countdown to. Let's start it. Yeah. Porting everything over to OBS has been a challenge.
I imagine.
So, yeah, we did it. All right, welcome to the stream. It's been a long time since we've done an actual reading sprint stream.
Do you want to come sit down here?
I'm working on it. Hello, internet peoples. 'Tis I, Traben. And our tomes are not visible on this stream, but I have some right here. Some tomes to talk about. So next week, Friday, I believe, Summerween starts. Very exciting. And so we will be participating in the Summerween. I am trying to get through with some reading beforehand to make sure I can start Summerween off right away. So I have Red Winter, which I have about a little over 100 pages left to finish. So that'll be my primary read, trying to get through that today. And then if I finish that, or if I get exhausted, then I've got Billy Bat and Bug Ego, which are the two manga that you gave me after your big manga month. So exciting. You look so...
I'm really tired.
I'm really tired. Well, it's late night sprints. Do you want to talk about what you're going to read? Or who you are?
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess. Hi, I'm Amanda. My channel is Amanda Should Be Reading. And I am much too tired to read anything that I haven't encountered before. So what I have here is the first 4 volumes of Witch Hat Atelier. The first 3 of which I've read, and the 4th which I have consumed in anime form. And I want to... The anime ended on a cliffhanger, so I want to read the rest of the series that is out so I can get caught up with what is happening in the Witch Hat world. So I need to reread everything that's here so that I can go on to the brand new stuff. So I'm just about awake enough for something I've encountered, and I think I can handle that. But maybe not more than that in terms of reading comprehension at the moment.
Yes. Not 2 hours ago, we got back from the Spider-Man trivia night. We know nothing about Spider-Man except for exactly the things that our friend doesn't know about Spider-Man.
That was funny.
So beforehand, I watched a bunch of videos that were like quick... trivia questions, and so I know that he worked at Joe's Pizza in the second movie. We almost got the first appearance of the Punisher. We were 1 volume off. And then there was another one that we got that I can't remember, and we got the Hulk question. But there was one from earlier.
The ultimate.
I knew Madam Web.
Knew Madam Web from the audio clip.
I knew the Madam Web quote because, not that I've seen the movie.
Because it was from the trailer.
But yeah, it's in the trailer, and it's in a bunch of, like, retrospective, this is a terrible movie kind of things. So...
Well, because with all the studios, you can't really use much except for the trailers. In your videos when you talk about stuff for fear of copyright.
Right.
So that clip it was the very beginning of the trailer where she was like, my mother looked for spiders in the Amazon.
Yeah, he was with her when she was looking at spiders in the Amazon, and I was like, it's Madam Web.
It's Madam Web.
My friend was like, okay.
He had not seen the movie nor thought about it at all, it seems. He had been spared that.
We couldn't even remember when it came out.
Yeah, we were like, oh, it was within the last 5 years.
It was 2 years ago. So, but it was fun. Had a good time. And we got 5th place, which means we did not get any prizes.
It was not an actual place, yeah.
Not an actual place. But I'm not as torn up about it because, again, I'm not a huge Spider-Man person. It was just nice to see friends and hang out and
try to answer trivia questions.
And just have a good time. It's very exciting. So yeah, as I said, next week is Summerween down here. Down here. It's going to be down here. Is the upload schedule for next week. So we will have my usual What I Read This Week wrap up on Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, Pixels and Paperbacks will be Paranormicite.
Is that what you decided on?
Yeah, that's what I decided on. I had several that I was going between. And we'll do another spooky one a week later. Or maybe we'll finish Paranormicite if it's really super cool. And then next week we'll probably do reading sprints again because it'll be right as the start of Summerween. So if you're not familiar with Summerween, it is an annual readathon hosted by Gabby over at Gabby Reads. And it is like the one readathon that I consistently get right and consistently participate in. Even Winterween has been like hit or miss some years. But I feel like Summerween, I always have time. And it's nice because this one is... the prompts are never overwhelming. It's always 5 prompts. So I'm going to be doing my TBR tomorrow, talking about what I've chosen for the 5 prompts. But it's really nice. Like I really enjoy the magical readathon as well. Like that's very like RP heavy, and I like getting that kind of aspect to it. But it can be very involved. And this one is just like 5 simple prompts. Go and take care of these 5 things, and a lot of them are the same thing every year. And it's short. Yeah, it's 1 week, so. And we get to look at spooky books for a little bit, so that's always fun. So yeah, that's plans for this week. What are you going to be reading?
For Summerween? I don't know. I haven't thought about it.
Haven't thought about Summerween yet?
No.
Okay.
We've been busy reorganizing all our bookshelves, and like horrible content creators, we did not record any of it.
Yeah.
But we bought some new bookcases. So we put those together, and then we had to decide what was going on those bookcases. Yeah. And one entire bookcase ended up being dedicated to my TBR, which is daunting.
Mm-hmm.
Then we had 2 other bookcases that we already had some books in our room where the bookshelves went. So part of that was rehoming those books. And then the great adjustment began, so that we had some extra room to grow. We had we were bursting at the seams where we were.
Yeah.
So getting the new bookcases allowed us to move some stuff around. So now we have some room to grow and some room to put stuff.
Yeah. And there's quite a few that we've talked about, like not wanting to hold on to, possibly getting rid of.
Yeah.
So down the line, we might do some unhauling.
Yeah. It's hard because, like, I don't know. I always see, like, even a book I didn't like, a lot of times I'll be like, oh, but this was okay in it.
Yeah, but I'm at the point now where it's like, but I want this shelf space for things that I'm, like, excited for. And I want to read again or hold on to or look back on.
Yeah.
So I'm ready to get a couple of them. A lot of the Fairy Loot ones.
Which is unfortunate.
Went through the Fairy Loot ones.
Because you paid a lot for those.
I did. And I got what I wanted out of it, which was like looking at what the current YA scene is. But I'm enjoying the ones from Caffeine and Legends a lot more. And I get chocolate. Delicious chocolate. So yeah. It's been a rough week as far as like just having to move books, build bookshelves, move all the stuff that's like adorning our books, and
Yeah, our
trying to
bookshelves
find
are
space for everything.
our bookshelves are still kind of a mess because everything that was on the bookshelves is now kind of in disarray.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to deal with all that still.
Yeah.
And the manga. The manga is not.
Yeah, the manga's its own.
The manga's its own
Its own
problem.
thing. I'm not too worried about it.
It's probably the one section that has a big problem right now where it doesn't fit.
Yeah. Well, and us buying a whole bunch of volumes during the 1 month would not help.
Yeah.
The fact that you have,
I mean, I had most of those.
30 number ones.
I had most of those already.
Uh-huh.
The problem is now I've bought number 2s for most of those series.
Mm-hmm.
See, having volume 1s is not a problem till you read them.
Sure. But yeah, so I guess I'll chat a little bit about what the book I'm reading is. So if you've not heard of Red Winter, this is a fantasy horror maybe book. I feel like it's gonna end up being 5 stars.
Oh, really? That's good.
Yeah, I feel like it's got a really strong storytelling like presence. I think it feels very tight. Like the author has a very strong hold on like what the story they want to tell, and it is progressing along 3 different timelines, which I find pretty impressive. So you have events happening in the 1400s, and then in the 1760s, and then like the late 1780s, I want to say, something like that. There's like a 20-year time difference between 2 of them. That's the easier one to follow. And then occasionally they'll have these addendums that are taking place in the 1400s, and you're like, okay, how does this work with everything that's going on now? And it deals with a lot of like different aspects of mysticism. Like the Greek gods come up. Joan of Arc is a character in here.
Interesting.
And just like the idea of like forest spirits and different things like that come up, and it all feels fairly cohesive. I read another book, Kill the Beast, that I feel like superficially has a lot in common with this one, but I feel like this is a lot stronger title just because of the characters, because of the stakes. I feel like even though the beast in both of them is meant to be very violent, this is a lot more visceral with how that violence is portrayed. Not only in like how it hurts people around it, but just in like the way that it's described. And also there's something about the beast and Kill the Beast that is markedly different than what's in here.
Was he hot?
No.
Okay.
No. Yeah. The main character here is several thousand years old. He doesn't know why he's that old, which is a really weird thing to have for your main character. And he has like a demon inside of him.
Yeah, you were reading me some of their banter.
Yeah, that's the banter is really good. Also, he has like a succubus in his employ who's also very sassy, and I like her. So just like I said, all around like really good characters, good plotting, really like fully realized world. It feels really cohesive.
That's good.
So I'm really enjoying that one.
I recently finished Foster from Claire Keegan, which is a novella. I read it in one sitting. It was good. I enjoyed it. I ended up giving it 4 stars, but I think it might have been just a little overhyped for me because it didn't have the like emotional kick I was expecting. And I don't know if it's just because I was expecting it to, or if I just wasn't in the right headspace for it, or if I just don't relate as deeply to it as other people could.
Yeah.
So I liked it. It was still very well written, had a lot of really good. I read you a lot of the lines.
Yeah.
There were a lot of points where I would read you a really poignant line. So there was a lot of really good writing in it. But it just wasn't quite the like strength I need from something that short for it to be a 5-star.
Yeah. And we've been watching, like you're reading Witch Hat. We've been watching the Witch Hat anime.
Yeah.
And right where it stopped is the end of volume 4.
Right at volume 4, yeah.
And we have through volume 15.
We have everything.
Everything that's been released.
I think it's 14, but I'm not sure.
We
have everything that's still released in the US. So
yeah. Alrighty. Well, you ready?
Sure.
All right, let's get started. Hopefully I have this set up correctly. Again, switching over to OBS has been really good in a number of ways, but in others, I don't know how things are going to work. So let's hope for the best. All right, that should be good. We should be on.
Okay.
Get the timer going. You want to talk about a bit about what you read?
I reread the first 2/3 of the first volume of Witch Hat Atelier.
Mm-hmm.
And I've read this first volume multiple times, so
Yeah.
There's a couple things. It's interesting. There's a couple things that were cut from the anime.
Mm-hmm.
Things that, like the magical toilet.
Yeah, I think there was some discussion about that.
Yeah, I believe I mentioned it to you. Like the consensus is that the magical toilet was made before the rules had really been finalized about how magic works.
Sure.
And so it didn't really fit with canon moving forward.
Okay.
So they removed it from the anime because it doesn't really make sense.
Okay.
Once the system was developed a bit more.
Okay. I don't know. Like, I wasn't really super paying attention to the intricacies of the system.
I mean, they don't really go into it much, but I think just because they give it such a broad...
Don't worry about it.
A broad, like, the toilet that takes your waste wherever, seemed a bit too much.
Seemed a bit too much? Okay.
So she's taking her test, her first test.
Mm-hmm. Not by choice.
Not by choice, by force.
By force.
And we're almost at the introduction of the best character, which is the Brush Buddy.
Oh, the Brush Buddy. I was like, who's your favorite character?
The Brush Buddy.
I know who my favorite character is. It's not the Brush Buddy. Even more than the Morphons?
What's the Brush Buddy doing? I don't know.
You haven't really gotten to the Morphons, but you've seen them on the anime.
I've seen them in the anime, but they're not going to be around very much unless one of them brings one home.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Then they can't be my favorite because they won't be around long enough to be my favorite.
Yeah. Didn't you say that the animators like put more Brush Buddy stuff into the anime?
Yes, apparently, according to the internet, the animators were very like enthralled by Brush Buddy and wanted to know at all times what is Brush Buddy doing.
Yeah.
So like Brush Buddy's doing a lot of really cute like little stuff in the background. Like when Keyfree is like patting down the soil, the Brush Buddy's doing it too. Because the animators were constantly like, but what is Brush Buddy doing? We're interested in Brush Buddy.
What's Brush Buddy up
and
to?
I feel that on a personal level, so.
Okay. I like Richa. Rika? Richa? Something.
She's had like 3 lines.
Yeah, she doesn't say much in the beginning, but like the part we're at with the anime, where the anime ends, there's a lot with her. It's a lot with her background.
Yeah.
And I think a little bit more as you get into volume 5. Do you have a favorite so far? I mean, you've read like what, 2 volumes?
I've read 3 volumes.
You read the first 3? Okay.
Which is most of what was animated.
Yeah.
I like Coco. She's the main character, so she's been the most developed.
Okay.
She has like the most relevant through line of you're the most invested in her, like getting what she wants.
Mm-hmm.
Because like the story does revolve around her progressing.
Mm. Or are you investing in getting what she wants? It seems like the brimmed caps are really invested in getting her something.
They're really invested in something about her. So that makes her interesting because you're following her. I think her as an outsider is very interesting. Having an outsider character in a fantasy world is always very helpful because you get to explain things you wouldn't normally need to explain. So she also has a very like narrative purpose.
Yeah.
So I like Coco. She's just really sweet and pure. And I haven't seen, like I said, even what I've seen of the others is not enough for me to have like a clear favorite. I do like what I saw of Richa.
Mm-hmm.
And the growth that she seemed to be undergoing. Because that was nice. That was the first real, like, we've seen Agat kind of be challenged on her views a bit.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't learned a lot about where those views came from, how she, like, formed those views, other than very, like, so far, very, like, small bits of her backstory.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you kind of understand what motivates her and maybe how she formed the view she has.
Right.
And so it's been interesting to watch her kind of grow and accept Coco.
Yeah.
And accept that there are things she doesn't. That there's that first childhood thing of accepting that, like, something you know is wrong. That's very interesting.
They're going to be the best of friends.
I know. And so you get that with Coco, where Coco is understanding that the truth she understood about magic is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And you're kind of getting the same thing with Agathe, where she's learning that the way she perceived outsiders is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're kind of watching them both go through this coming of age, for lack of a better term,
mm-hmm.
in where they're at, because they both are faced with a very dramatic truth that they thought they understood that is wrong at the same point in their lives. But it's a very different truth, which is very interesting. So that's it's a very well-structured story. It's very well done. I'm very excited to read more because I know there's a lot of Witch Hat I have yet to read and be exposed to.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm excited to see the developments the other characters make and where the story is at currently. I know it's going to be an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm on part 4 of, I think, 6 parts in my book.
Okay.
They're each about, at this point, they're like 100 pages each. I think the last section is much shorter. But in much the same way that, what was it? What was the Leanne Moriarty one that, like, they were like, oh, like, so many hours until the party.
Big Little Lies.
Big Little Lies, yeah. And in much the same way that Big Little Lies was, like, building up to this moment, like, the entire book. This entire time that I've been reading, they've been teasing that, like, something happens at the Bowen Brace that's really monumental to this entire, it's like the focal point for everything that's happening in all 3 of these timelines. That this is the middle timeline that's happening. And so we're finally there, and we've gotten a little bit of what's happened.
What's brewing.
Yeah. But I don't think we've gotten to the point yet where it's like the thing that is going to impact these characters so much. Because it seems like there's some sort of betrayal there. Even though the last section was called A Number of Betrayals. That was part.
We're not going to tell you how many.
3.
No, more than one.
Yeah, that
necessarily more than one betrayal.
That one I equated more to changes in the Dresden Files. How Changes is a very apt title because it is, like, very much underselling the things that go on there. So we continue to jump from. We've stayed pretty much in that 1770.
1771.
Yeah, it's 1770 something. Yeah, we've stayed mostly in that timeline.
Is that why you've been singing Hamilton?
Yes.
Okay.
Because it's like set. There's one set in the 1760s maybe, and one in the 1780s.
Okay.
But it's like 1789 or something.
That checks out.
So yeah, that's why I've been doing the Hamilton refrain constantly. But yeah, like I said, in the chapter I'm in currently, it jumped back to the 1400 thing. There's something going on there too, with some sort of revelation that we're about to reveal. But I'm hoping that by the end of this part, we'll have, like, a much better sense of. We'll have, like, some finality. It'll just be like the clearing up the stuff that's happening in the farthest timeline forward.
It's interesting because I was talking about, like, coming of age with characters learning a truth about something they had considered, learning a difference of something they had considered like a fact. Mm-hmm. Foster had that too.
Yeah.
Foster has the main character learning some things about the world that they had previously thought were one way, and then being shown that actually they're this way.
Yeah.
So it also had those elements of coming of age.
Buildings Roman.
Buildings Roman.
Yeah.
Been reading a lot of that lately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's got my interest enough that I'll be able to stick with it for one more. I think I'm only gonna do one more sprint.
Okay.
Honestly, like it's we've had a day.
I mean, I'm awake now, so.
But yeah, it's been good. Continues to be strong with the characterization and continuing the story. Lots of like religious things like interwoven in here.
Mm.
It's a lot of it's a there's a lot with the church and a lot with belief and how our faith, for lack of a better term, I know that's the right term. Like our faith, our belief in things, um, gives power to these ideas, and like that changes over time.
Mm.
So, but really good for if you're like a history buff.
Yeah.
I would say. I think that's well researched as far as like a lot of the manners of the time, a lot of the.
So it's like historical fantasy?
I would say, yeah, I'd say the historical aspect of it's definitely a strong part of it.
It's not like romanticized history, it's more like historical.
Yeah, and it's definitely bleak in a lot of its outlook.
Kind of like Witcher.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Witcher's a good comp for this, even with like the way that magic is working in that one. Yeah, it's a good comp title.
I'm good.
Nice. So yeah, one more sprint, and I think I will call it a night.
It's already a night.
Wow,
Wow.
it's already so night.
So night.
You won't even believe. You won't believe. But yeah, I'm hoping to get most of the way through this part with this next sprint.
Yeah.
I was able to read about 35 pages, so I should be within striking distance of the end of this part.
I read like 130.
Okay. So you're most of the way through that volume?
Yeah, I'm like 2/3, I'd say. Well, and this one I think has a lot of back matter. So I'm probably actually further along than I think I am because this has got a lot of ads.
Okay. It doesn't have any, like, it's all just ads. It's not any, like, here's how the visuals work, because I know that's part of...
It has a little bit of that. It has a little bit of that, but it's mostly, like, there's a big chunk of just, like,
Here's
ads.
some other stuff coming out.
Here's a bunch of other stuff we produce that came out in 2017. Jeez.
Is that really that long ago?
That's when this came out in the US. This was copyright. Oh, 2017 was the original. 2019 was the English.
I was going to say, that seems older than I thought.
2019 is when it came out in English.
Okay.
And this is not a first printing, so...
No?
No, this is like a fourth printing.
Mm. We didn't get on that bandwagon fast enough.
No, but we got on it earlier than a lot of people, but...
Yeah. I think a lot of people came to it because of the anime.
Yeah, it's gotten a lot of press lately, which is great.
Which I hope happens with Liar Game, because that's the other major one we're watching right now. We need to catch up. We need to watch Akane Banashi.
Yeah.
But I am keeping up with the Akane Banashi manga. I want Liar Game to be popular, so they will bring Liar Game over.
Yeah, I want them to bring the Liar Game manga over.
You've enjoyed it so far?
Yeah. Well, and I like that. I'm with you. I like that game aspect, and like there being a way around the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like I enjoyed when we watched the show when we were in Japan.
Yeah.
And trying to figure out like how to beat the game.
Mm-hmm.
Is always an interesting element of those stories.
Yeah, we've got a couple episodes to catch up on, but yeah. I like the revival game a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And the end of the revival game was really good.
Yeah.
Some nuances because we had never had it in English. Like I've took a very long time to read the Japanese manga because it is not easy.
It's not. Is it for Furigana?
It's not.
Yeah.
It is for adults, so it's not furigana. So you have to learn every.
You have to know every kanji.
Yeah, you have to learn every kanji,
and they're harder to look up.
And it's not like normal kanji or something that's just within like a certain venue. Like reading a sports manga tends to get easier because they're just talking about basketball the whole time.
Yeah, once you learn the words for shot and dribble and pass.
Right. Then it becomes a lot smoother when you're talking about these different games of deception and chance, and they have to explain the rules every time. They don't work the same way.
Yeah.
Some use cards, so you like can learn things like deck and stuff like that. But then the next one will use something completely different.
I remember the show when we were watching had some very good visual diagrams.
Yeah.
That helped understand the games.
But that's what I'm saying. So some nuances in what's going on have been helpful. Because I don't know, it's been a long time since I read those.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I caught all the aspects of the end of the revival game where she's talking about like why this one person lost.
Yeah.
Why they were out of the game, and how everyone should have just listened to her. Everyone should just listen now. Anyway, on to sprint number 2. I do believe this is going to be the last one just because it is very early in the morning for us, and we do have plans tomorrow.
Oh god, we do. I forgot.
If we didn't have plans, I might stay up later, but we really do need to get some sleep tonight.
Sleep is good.
So we'll switch it back over to the music for another 45 minutes. We'll see you then. All right, we'll chat for a little bit, and then I'll probably read a little bit more. Honestly, like I'm almost done. I'm almost done with this part of the book. So, yeah, I got through most of it. There's a lot that happens at the bow embrace. Bow embrace? I'm not quite sure. And what I appreciate about this, one of the things that I was getting very frustrated with a lot of the, especially like the young adult fiction that I was reading, is like, just like with comedy movies where they have to get serious like 3/4 of the way through, there had to be like some misunderstanding partway through the book that like tested the like tested their relationship somehow.
That is so common. The three quarters miscommunication.
Yeah,
is so common in the romance genre.
And it's often so bad. It's so stupid. Like there was one, the one that I remember that stands out, and I can't remember which book it was. So thankfully, I'm not gonna like.
It's not technically a spoiler.
I'm not gonna slander someone directly, but it was like, had this person told the truth, in all likelihood, people would have died as a result. And the girl is still like, oh, but he didn't trust me to tell the truth. Like this one, when the truth comes out, like it's horrific and terrifying, and like I totally get why these characters' relationship has completely changed after that point. Like it makes complete sense. So I appreciate that it had weight to it. And so now we're going to get just a little bit of the. I think there's going to be a little bit of denouement for like this section. This is like the middle section wrapping up, and then we're going to hopefully get more closure from the last section, the closest one to the current timeline, other than the forward. And when I started reading this book on audiobook, and there was a forward, and I was like, oh, is this a forward for the author? No, this is in character. And it was written in 2013. When he's like looking back at my cases, this one's a particularly interesting one. So I've decided to pull everything together and tell you about this very important story.
The immortal character?
Yeah.
Hence why they're writing in 2013 about something that happened in the 1700s.
The 1700s and the 1400s. And I could definitely, I don't know if this is going to end up being a series, but I could definitely see the author just being like, well, I've got another monster story, or I've got another crazy period piece I could do.
I can answer that question pretty easily.
Well, you can answer that question now.
So, well, as of things are, yeah.
No.
Well, I can give you the intent.
I'm going to go fiddle with something real quick just to...
It's not listed as a series, so... Okay. I got partway through volume 2 of Witch Hat, so I finished volume 1 again. I've read volume 1 so many times, because I also read it with our daughter. So I've read the first volume so many times. Yeah. So I'm in not too far into the second one.
Okay.
But learning about how magic works and doing magical things. And it's interesting now seeing some of the differences. Like there is an added scene. There's some added scenes of the girls in the part I'm reading now where they're trying to figure out how to make the magic work. Where they're trying to use what they know about magic, which I really like because they are apprentices. They don't have limitless knowledge between them. They have a very finite amount of knowledge between them.
Yeah.
And it kind of plays with trying to use the knowledge they have in order to do something new, in order to problem solve. And it takes them a while. And in the manga, like, they just kind of are like, oh, what if we do this? And they just kind of do it. Like, it kind of shows them trying it out. But...
You think the anime did a better job with, like, further explaining it and elaborating on it a little bit more?
I think so.
That's good.
I don't know. The scene is in here. It's just a little different. So, and it still has her drawing stuff. But instead of presenting it as flashback like they do in this one, they just tell the story in order.
Okay.
Which I do think is better.
All right.
I do, because this one is like, oh, I have a plan. Let's go do the plan. Oh, look, we did the plan. Flashback for several pages of us deciding what to do with the plan. And that might be more satisfying for readers of the magazine to be like, oh, okay, this is what this chapter is going to be about. But I definitely think the way the anime presented it felt more like fluid in terms of just like, okay, this is what we want to do. And I don't think the breaks were exactly the same where they are in the anime either. So that's why you would present it in chronological order.
Yeah. One of the things I really like about Witch Hat is how little focus there is on like combat and how much more focus there is on like magic doing just cool things that you know, cool things and beautiful things
Yeah.
and like that's more important. And I honestly feel like and you'll have to tell me when you get to volume 4. I do feel like in the scenes with combat in the manga, I feel like it's harder to follow.
Mm.
I don't feel like um, the mangaka has as good a sense for that kind of.
Did you feel like the anime was
I feel like the anime did a very good job of conveying it, but there are some scenes
in the
in
with the Serpent's Way?
the Serpent's Way specifically that I remember reading and going like, this is I'm not quite sure what's supposed to be happening here. This feels a
Mm.
little clunky. Um,
Well, unfortunately, I'm not sure how well I'll be able to tell you that because I already know what's happening because I've seen it.
that's fair,
So
but
I
I
am
think
contaminated as
but
a
you're
source.
able to look at this and
Yeah.
say like, oh, this order.
I found a continuity error where she got shoes out of nowhere.
It's magic.
It's magic.
See,
I do
here's the
really
thing about
like
continuity errors in magical in magical things. It's magic.
one thing we've talked about when discussing Witch Hat and how beautiful it is how like the normal shortcuts you take
Mhm.
in any story. You give characters a uniform so that they look the same. You
Mhm.
give them a simple outfit so you
Yeah.
don't have to draw lots of details.
Oh, this is one of the things I love about
and
it.
billowy, flowy cloaks.
Yeah,
you don't do
billowy,
that.
flowy cloaks. You don't do a lot of
And they have all these buttons.
intricate. Yeah, intricate.
They're very in like they're very. You could just look at the covers of Witch Hat. Their outfits are very intricate. There's buttons everywhere and tassels and things. And everyone has different shoes. Everyone, even Kiefer and Ollie, have different shoes than everyone else.
The Knights Morales not only have spears, they have spears with tassely thingies attached. So every time that they are moving those, you have to think about how is this moving behind it?
How is the ribbon dancer moving?
Yeah.
And it's things that as an artist, there's shortcuts you take to retain your own sanity.
Mm-hmm.
And she doesn't do that.
Yeah.
Shirahama doesn't do that. And I love how everyone has different shoes and they are consistent. There's a panel in here that's just everyone's feet and you know who everyone is.
Tell who everyone
because
is.
They all have different shoes. And like I said,
they all have different stances. That there's a lot conveyed in.
Yeah, it's a panel of feet and like the bottom of legs, but you can tell so much about the character's state at that point based on how just that little bit of how they're standing. But I just love the details of how everyone has unique outfits.
Mm-hmm. And I do think, like, as frustrated as I am that we only got, was it 13 episodes of Witch Hat? Like, at least the animation's there. At least the reason why, I believe the reason why we only got 13 is because they spent so much time with the animation because they knew this is a manga that is renowned for
its beauty,
for its, like, breathtaking landscapes and it's very elaborate costuming. And I can see there are some places where they take some shortcuts with like using digital art. But in the scenes that really matter, even if you just watch episode 1, when Kiefer grabs Coco and they go out the window, it is amazing.
Yeah.
So I really liked the anime. It was really good.
Yeah, I'm glad they took their time with it. Like this has a much larger lead in than even I feel like there is a push right now to let manga have more volumes before they get animated in Japan. Mm-hmm. Probably because they're tired of catching up and losing momentum.
Right.
And either having to resort to non-canon filler, which is, I would say, more or less universally disliked. Because filler arcs don't have stakes.
Yeah.
You know all the characters are going to make it through. You know nothing about the main characters is going to change. If you can introduce a really compelling side character, filler can be decent. If you can really make your audience care about this side character who can grow, change, and have massive consequences.
Yeah.
But you can't have massive consequences for your main characters because that hasn't happened in the main story.
Yeah. Another thing, like the plot does move forward, I feel, fairly slowly. I feel like this could go on for a very long time.
Yeah.
Given the kind of setup for what Coco has to achieve, like at a minimum. If
her apprenticeship tests?
Yeah,
or
if the goal is strictly
get to the library.
Just get to the library and like immediately find the thing and save her mom, and that's our end goal, that's still like years, and we've gotten through very little time. So
do we see more tests beyond Volume 4?
I am trying to remember. There is a scene. There is a thing where they go to like this festival, and I'm wondering. The guy, the like leader there, is like giving them things that they're trying to accomplish, but I don't know if those are official tests.
Because they go through the official test in one of them. Kiefer explains to them, these are the tests you have to take to be...
Right, and you have to graduate. Take X number of them.
And they have to be in this order. This is the order you take the test, and then if you want to take the last test, it's optional, which is to take on apprentices.
Yeah.
But, like, I feel like... And he shows them where they all are on the map.
Yeah.
So they map out a roadmap. But I feel like, obviously, we know the one test got interrupted, and Coco wasn't even a part of that.
Yeah.
Like, she wasn't even testing.
We're like 15 volumes in, and I could easily see it going, like... I could easily see it going well over 50.
Yeah.
Like, comfortably, with no problem. Depends on how much she wants to continue writing it.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of manga end because the author gets burnt out on doing this. And I think at least this one is published in a magazine that is not as, maybe not as cutthroat as some of the others, as far as how they won't like release certain people from their contract, even when they have health issues.
Well, it looks like each volume contains about 6 chapters, so that would mean about 2 come out a year. So they will catch up before, if they manage to do a yearly season, and they're all about 4 volumes, they will catch up before
eventually.
Yeah, not soon, but in a few years you'll be caught up. So that is, I'm sure, on everyone's mind on the production side. But it will take them some time.
Yeah.
Which is good.
And my understanding is also it's very popular, so I'm not sure how that's going to affect how much they like greenlight for a second season.
Well, apparently Anime Expo is this weekend. And there was a thing I saw was that it is likely that the season 2 will be announced.
Okay.
There was a list of like...
Will they announce how many episodes it's going to be?
I don't know what they'll announce.
Okay.
But there was a list I saw of like 4 series that were like... that the rumor mill has been very strongly circulating.
Liar Game
was not one of them. I don't remember what they all were.
Well, Liar Game's not even done.
They were like movie announcements.
They greenlit Liar Game for 26 episodes.
They were like movie announcements and next season announcements. Things that people that are like highly in the rumor mill that these things are already pretty much happening. They just haven't been announced yet. So it'll be interesting to see how much of that is true and if we get an official announcement for Witch Hat Season 2.
Liar Game also makes sense to greenlight for 26 episodes because, one, it's already an established property
done.
That's had a television series, a K-drama, movies, everything, like pretty much everything else except for an anime series. And also, like, the animation
It's pretty simple. It's people talking.
It's not a lot of not a lot of big asks.
It's people talking.
Probably the most complicated thing is like if they want to do an elaborate, here's how the game works.
Yeah.
Visual. That's about it.
But it's mostly just people standing around talking, not even moving. Like they're just standing in a room talking. So I'm sure it's a lot easier to crank out.
Yeah. So
how do you feel about Alice in Borderland getting a new series?
I'm frustrated because I just got caught up. Like,
well,
I was like, man, I'm already.
To be fair, it probably won't come out quickly.
Uh-huh.
Especially if they're going to release the same size. I don't know if they are.
Mm-hmm.
But like the first one's been announced for the US.
Okay.
But I don't know the size of it. I'm sure we could look it up though, because it comes out soon.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go finish this chapter and then probably go to sleep.
Okay.
So, this was fun. I miss doing this.
It's been a while.
It has been a while.
It's been a while.
And maybe next week, especially with it being Summerween, we might go longer.
Yeah.
And we probably won't have obligations on Sunday, but we have obligations today. So we will call it there. Thanks for hanging out with us today. In frame. Thanks for hanging out with us today.
I know, I keep looking down here. We have our iPad for the chat, and I keep looking here instead of up at the camera.
Yeah. I hope your reading journey is going well. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so we can grow this corner of our booktube community. Until the next one, take care.
Bye. Bye. And then I get to sit here and wave a little longer while you shut it off.
Uh-huh.